1943. Paris, a British agent sits handcuffed inside German security headquarters. He's been searched again and again, pockets empty, belt gone, shoes checked. The Germans are certain he's unarmed. They're wrong. Hidden inside his jacket lapel is a blade barely 2 inches long, Britain's smallest weapon of World War II, *. 1943. Paris, inside a sealed interrogation room on Avenue Foch. A British agent sits restrained in a chair. His hands are cuffed. Guards stand nearby. He has already been searched multiple times. Every pocket emptied. His shoes examined. His belt confiscated. German security police were methodical. They missed nothing except a tiny blade sewn directly into the lining of his jacket. This is the story of Britain's smallest weapon of the Second World War, a knife weighing less than 40 grams. Small enough to survive the most aggressive prisoner search. And, according to close combat manuals of the time, dangerous enough to incapacitate a man in seconds. If it struck a major artery, the lapel knife was never designed to win a fight. It existed for one purpose only, to create a moment of chaos when every other option had failed. The problem, facing SOE by 1941, Britain's Special Operations Executive faced a dilemma no conventional weapon could solve. So, agents sent into occupied Europe carried pistols, explosives, and radios. Suppressed firearms. Plastic explosives disguised as coal. Compact wireless sets hidden in suitcases, but the moment an agent was captured, all of it vanished. German security services, the SIPO, the Gestapo were experts at prisoner searches. Clothing was stripped. Shoes were dismantled. Watch straps, belts, seams, and linings were examined. Nothing usable was allowed to remain. Then came interrogation. Across occupied Europe, captured agents endured weeks or months of questioning, sleep deprivation, beatings, and water torture. The Germans wanted names, safe house locations, weapons caches, and radio schedules, information that could collapse entire resistance networks. Some agents broke. Some resisted until death. Almost none escaped. An unarmed prisoner, handcuffed inside a guarded headquarters, had no realistic chance, so needed to give their agents one final option, designing the invisible weapon. That task fell to two men with decades of experience in close-quarters killing. William Fairbairn and Eric Sykes, both had served with the Shanghai Municipal Police, working some of the most violent streets in the world. Fairbairn alone carried scars from countless knife encounters. Together, the pair had already created the famous Fairbairn-Sykes fighting dagger, but that blade was far too large. 7 inches of steel could never survive a thorough search. So they went smaller. Much smaller. What emerged was the lapel knife, also known as the thumb dagger, a blade between 1.5 and 2.5 inches long. No traditional handle, just a narrow metal grip roughly the width of a thumb. Total weight, around 40 grams. The true brilliance wasn't the blade. It was the sheath. Thin metal or leather sheaths were perforated with small holes, allowing them to be sewn directly into clothing, into a jacket lapel, a shirt collar, a trouser seam, even the lining of a coat. The weapon became part of the garment itself. Some versions included a lanyard loop, allowing the blade to be secured around a finger so it couldn't be knocked away during a struggle. Multiple variants followed: standard lapel knives, longer sleeve daggers, and even curved blades hidden inside shoe insoles, retrieved by pulling a concealed cord. All shared the same matte black finish. All were designed to remain invisible. Training and purpose. SOE training schools taught agents to use these tiny blades with ruthless precision. Fairbairn introduced what he called the timetable of death, a diagram showing major arteries, how close they were to the skin, and how quickly unconsciousness might occur if they were severed. Students memorized targets in the neck, beneath the collarbone, in the thigh, and inside the arm. They drilled the motion repeatedly until it became instinctive. Later, medical analysis would prove these timelines exaggerated. But accuracy was never the point. The real purpose was psychological. Agents needed confidence. They needed to believe that even when stripped of every weapon, they were never entirely helpless. Was it ever used? Here, history becomes frustratingly silent. Despite extensive research into declassified SOE files, agent memoirs, and post-war interrogations, no verified account exists of a captured agent using a lapel knife during interrogation. Some agents fought back with improvised weapons. Others attempted escape using sheer desperation. The documented use of the lapel knife itself remains elusive. That absence doesn't mean the weapon failed. It reveals what the lapel knife truly was. INSURANCEA, last card that you hoped never to play. Legacy. The design was influential enough that the American Oscillator adopted it for their own agents. Today, original examples survive in museums and rare private collections, though reproductions vastly outnumber genuine wartime pieces. The weapon built to remain unseen has largely vanished from history, but the idea behind it remains powerful, that even in the darkest rooms of occupied Europe, a captured agent was never completely defenseless, that British engineering could solve the unsolvable, and that sometimes 40 grams of hidden steel were enough to offer one final chance. That was the lapel knife. That was so?